आप लंबा समय तक हैं, अभी तक बांग्ला में बात चल रहा है ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, शायद ज़्यादा कुछ क्लियर नहीं हुआ हो, फिर भी अगर कुछ कहना चाहते तो कह सकते हैं।
दंडवत प्रणाम।
दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु।
तो थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ में आया, पर बड़ा गंभीर विषय था तो ज्यादा कुछ कह नहीं सकते, क्योंकि गलत भी और सीधी भाषा, सरल भाषा नहीं समझ आ रही, तो यहाँ पर जो टॉपिक है बहुत ही गंभीर है। एक अभी आपने थोड़ी देर पहले कहा कि सब आकर मठ के भक्त हैं, उनको वहीं से दीक्षित हैं, वो क्या चीज है?
जी, so in brief, what we found from the legal papers as available is that Sri Chaitanya Math was established by Prabhupada Srila Sarasvati Goswami Thakur in 1918. He also had declared something on paper, that was in 1923. In 1978, an entity was established named as Mayapur Sri Chaitanya Math, and they claimed we are the real governing body. And then they submitted some deeds written by Srila Bhakti Vilas Tirtha Maharaj. However, they first claimed, in their first stage they claimed, those are forged documents. This is not his handwriting, this is not his signature. However, they were unable to prove it. So they moved their case in another direction, saying, Srila Bhakti Vilas Tirtha Maharaj, even if he has written all those in his deeds, he is not the rightful owner to write any of such deed. He has no authority. Therefore, whatever he has written should be ineffective and inoperable, invalid. They had been trying since 1978. They were defeated, even though they were the plaintiff. They were defeated 2 times until 1984. Then in 1986, they had taken possession of Sri Chaitanya Math by force. And then in 1998, they won the case where they proved Tirtha Goswami Maharaj is not the rightful owner of Sri Chaitanya Math or any of the branch Gaudiya Maths, including Jogbeat and Seva Sangan. On the other hand, the temple established by Srila Tirtha Goswami Maharaj in Kolkata, 70B Raspberry Avenue, even he is not the rightful owner of that. Therefore, both of his deeds are inoperable. That was a verdict from Calcutta High Court Division Bench. As per that verdict, those deeds are invalid because those are written by unauthorized Bhakti Vilas Tirtha Maharaj. And then they have been administering and they have taken control of all the properties. In brief, that's the thing. First try to prove. Yes.
Everything first to get the possession of the property.
Yes. Yes.
So the forcefully taken the possession of Sri Chaitanya Math was when the one night they.
Yes.
The first Pratham Kali he did.
Yeah, along with his 14 other followers.
Okay. So that incident. Okay.
Yeah, 1986 January.
And that is the same party.
Yes.
Like who did the case?
Yes.
Filed the case.
Yes, they are the same party who registered, should not say established, who registered an entity called Mayapur Sri Chaitanya Math on 16 May 1978. 60 years later, Sri Chaitanya Math. So Mayapur Sri Chaitanya Math is actually a different entity who has taken charge of everything controlling Sri Chaitanya Math. And they had filed cases against Samhidananda Brahmachari and other disciples of Prabhupada. Samhidananda Brahmachari is brother of Srila Kunjaviri Vidyabhushan in his previous ashram, Grihastha ashram. They wanted to do criminal proceeding and arrest all of them and imprison them. That's what they had requested in here, that criminal proceedings should start against them, and in criminal proceeding their goal is to imprison all of them. Samhidananda Prabhu, and Prabhupada's disciples, claiming that they are, what is their fault? That they are producing forged document. When they were unable to prove that it is forged, they turned their direction saying, oh, even if they are genuine, that means signed by Srila Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, Srila Tirtha Goswami Maharaj has no authority to write such deed. He is incapable. He is unauthorized. Dikha Guru is unauthorized.
He is not Tirtha Maharaj's disciple, right?
Apparently, externally, yes.
Externally.
Yes.
And he is filing case against him that he is not the
rightful owner. He is not the rightful owner. Neither Sri Chaitanya Math and the branches, nor Research Institute, which is even established by him. He is not the rightful owner. Yes.
That's why he is the first culprit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we can look into details of the judgment. Judgment, sometimes 60 pages and sometimes 600 pages. So if we look at the detailed judgment, is verdict given by division bench of Calcutta High Court. Division bench means where you have two judges. Single bench can give a verdict, but when you go to division bench, your next course is go to division bench. If division bench says something, the single bench verdict can be cancelled. So division bench upheld the verdict of the trial court that yes, Tirtha Goswami Maharaj is not the rightful owner. He has no authority to write any deed. Why? They showed Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, Prabhupada, who established Akar Math and all the branch Gauriya Maths, he had given a direction that a governing body should be formed and the governing body should be appointing servitors. Instead of doing that, Tirtha Goswami Maharaj had appointed servitors. So how come Tirtha Goswami Maharaj is appointing servitor? Because he is not the rightful owner. The owners are the deities. And why is he appointing servitor? That's why it is invalid, inoperable, ineffective. We are the Mayapur Sri Chaitanya Math, even though they are established in 1978 on paper. We are the governing body. We will decide who should serve, who should not serve. And then that case won 1998, 12 years after my Guru Maharaj disappeared. Looking at all these cases, I quoted numbers. Anybody can go and look into them. Anybody can review the documents. Calcutta High Court, Appeal Court, Alipur Court, including division bench, no one has ever ordered or concluded that these are forged. They have not been able to prove. And Calcutta High Court never allowed a criminal proceeding. Therefore, their dream of prosecuting the disciples of Prabhupada had not been successful. They wanted to prosecute the disciples of Prabhupada who had been serving since the time of Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada's disciples means who? They were disciples since the time of Prabhupada, right? Prabhupada's disciple here, I see the name Samvidananda Brahmachari. I'm looking at it and reading, right? Samvidananda Brahmachari. He was the one who was sent by Prabhupada to London for two reasons. One, to become an attorney, and at the same time, he was also doing PhD. And his thesis paper is with me in the form of a book, The Four Sampradaya and Achintya Bheda Siddhanta. Amazing writing. That's the PhD paper he had submitted in university in London. I have to see the name of the university. But it was in London, located at London. I have to see the name. So he wants to, Mayapur Sri Chaitanya Math and the governing body formed by this person, they want to prosecute him, calling him, he is not rightful owner. Why is he acting as servitor of Sri Chaitanya Math? Because Tirtha Maharaj has no authority. Wow. When we are requesting people to think about it, that where have you taken initiation? In this way you will go to Braja. Ramya Kachitu Vasana Brajapadu Varganaja Kalpita.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask the follow-up question, like how then there's still next generation coming up, because Like this is open. Everybody knows about this, right? So
everybody knew, at least until 1986, because then I had seen Sri Chaitanya Math full of Prabhupada's disciples and Bhajananandis. Even Grihastha Bhakta would come, and I had seen they had huge depth of bhajan. I have been with them in many occasions. I have been with them, many of such devotees who went to South India. I have seen them, associated them, one whole month in a bus, right? We went by a bus. And it was headed by Srila Bhakti Hridaya Vaishnava Goswami Maharaj, headed by, in the sense, it was organized by Srila Bhakti Hridaya Vaishnava Goswami Maharaj, who was a disciple of Srila Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, and headed by Srila Bhakti Kamal Avadut Goswami Maharaj, Srimad Bhakti Pramod Parjatak Goswami Maharaj, two disciples of Prabhupada. I still remember where they were sitting in the bus, their seats. And then I had another occasion to go to West India, including Porbandar, Dwarka, Surat, and then Sri Nathadwara, Thakur, all those places, including Vrindavan. I had another occasion, two buses went, so 120, 125 such Mahabhaktas. I had seen them, and I have been to Sri Chaitanya Math almost every month and stayed many days. 1984, in October, I stayed one whole month during Damodar month. I have seen all these bhaktas, and particularly many disciples of Prabhupada, Grihastha bhaktas, including Sannyasi bhaktas. And this person wants to prosecute them, calling them Jaliyat. What we were saying is, yes, at that time, many persons knew. Now, almost no one knows. No one knows. I have asked many people, can you go and ask, or can you explain why it is Mayapur Sri Chaitanya Math? Why your receipts have Mayapur Sri Chaitanya Math name? Where your books are being printed Mayapur Sri Chaitanya Math name? Why have you erased and reprinted the name of Mayapur Sri Chaitanya Math, even, bold face on the gates of Sri Chaitanya Math? Why? Nobody has answered so far. But here is the answer. I asked them so that they inquire, and then they answer, or they find out answer. But they don't know. So right now, nobody knows. Because they are thinking, I am offending their Krishna. Their Guru is Krishna, because Krishna said, Acharjang mang vijanyat. They may be thinking, oh, this fellow is offending our Gurudev. But I am not offending anyone. I am merely holding the, bringing in the truth. That is available. Anybody can search. What I can search, what I can find. Only difference is that I have heard of these during that time. What's going on, right? Maybe many people didn't have that opportunity, but I have seen all those. I have heard of this. I have seen those incidents when this person became Acharya, pushing another Acharya who was made by him. Bhakti Bhushan Bhagavad Maharaj was made Acharya by this person. And in his speech, I remember, in one of the speeches, he said, my Guru Maharaj had said, do not become Acharya, do not act as an Acharya, so long as any of my Gurudev's disciple is alive. Any of the disciples of Prabhupada alive, you cannot become Acharya. But I had to take this position, he says. But I had to take this position. So what he did first, when my Guru Maharaj was Acharya, he declared Bhagavad Maharaj as Upacharya. Oh, those are further facts. Bhagavad Maharaj went to Nidaya and gave initiation. When Guru Maharaj learned about it, he said, oh, Bhagavad did not do the right thing. To be neutral, right? Because Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada's disciple, he is sitting Acharya, existing Acharya. And Bhagavad Maharaj did not give initiation in Sri Chaitanya Math, but Bhagavad Maharaj went to Nidaya. This is few kilometers away. Nidaya, Rudradip. And there he gave initiation to some people. So that is Acharya Avarana. When your Gurudev's position, Shiksha Guru, Prabhupada's disciple, 10th Acharya is present, how can you go to another branch math which is managed by Sri Chaitanya Math and give initiation? So Guru Maharaj only said one thing, oh, Bhagavad did not do the thing right. That's all, nothing else. This Bhagavad Goswami Maharaj, he was appointed as Upacharya to disturb. So those people who are saying 1976 to 1986 there was darkness, they tried to create the darkness. in favor of whom you have come to speak today, because you were their attorneys. That's why you are speaking in favor of them. When I had seen that video first time, I had written there, that 1976 to 1986, there are so many disciples of Prabhupada. When somebody in the capacity of a legal capacity as an attorney or even an ex-judge of High Court is saying this, all that people who are present in that assembly, they are committing Vaishnava Aparadh. They became part of the same Vaishnava Aparadh. And nobody reverted it. Nobody spoke against it. So all of them sitting there thinking we are hearing Harikatha, they also became part of the same Vaishnava offense. I have written to their video. I will give a very small part of that video with this recording today. Prabhupada's disciples did not create any disturbance between 1976 to 1986. You created disturbance by registering merely a society, putting the name Mayapur in front of Sri Chaitanya, making it a different entity. And you said, we are the real one and we have a governing body. We will decide who should do what. Then later, the same person, he pushed Bhagavad Maharaj from Acharya position. I was there present that day, and then I saw Bhagavad Maharaj used to, previous year, yesteryears, Bhagavad Maharaj carried the sacred footwear of Prabhupada from Bhakti Vijay Bhavan to Prabhupada's Bhajan Kutir, where Tirtha Maharaj's Samadhi Mandir is there, and from there to Prabhupada's Samadhi Mandir. That's how it's done in West Punjab. But that year, Bhagavad Maharaj did not come out of his room because he didn't want any disturbance. He ordered his disciples, do not create any disturbance, it's okay, whatever they want to do, because he already knew that today that person will become Acharya and he will be inoperative. Then this person made Bhakti Kangan Tavasya Goswami Maharaj as the Upacharya. And 11th generation, even though he is not 11th generation because he is not a true disciple, he is a Shishya Prabhu, contrary to disciple, in the disguise of disciple. So he could have been 11th if he was a Bhajananandi, but he is not. But anyway, a 10th Acharya, 10th generation Acharya became Upacharya and he became Acharya. Because his Guru had said, do not become Acharya until any of my god brother is alive in the world. So he tried to make a carve on that statement and still become Acharya, making his Gurudev's god brother an Upacharya. And later he sacked, I should not say this, it's offensive, but that's what he did. He sacked the position of Upacharya, Srila Bhakti Kangan Tavasya Goswami Maharaj. He made him Upacharya and then later he sacked. Because many people are coming to take initiation from Prabhupada's disciple. He wanted to have his mantra business better, so he sacked him. Another example, I had a Jethima who became disciple of Gaudiya Math by the influence of my father's Harikatha, Sripad Devakanandan Prabhu. This Jethima, her name was Raj Lakshmi Jethima. Raj Lakshmi Jethima went to Sri Chaitanya Math. As per my father's advice, she became disciple of Bhakti Kangan Tavasya Goswami, took Harinam initiation. Next year, she was going to take Pancharatrik Diksha. Then the people who are in charge of putting name for initiation on their register, they put her name under Kali. And she was very simple hearted person, economically not very advanced. The Rajlakshmi Jetima, she also did not go to school. Therefore, externally she is illiterate, but she is a bhakta. When she went for Pancharatri Diksha the next year, they put her name under Kali. And then she came back saying, Master Masai, my Gurudev, Srimad Bhakti Kangan Tapasya Goswami Maharaj is present. I took Harinam initiation last year, but this time they put my name in their register and I got Diksha from this person. My father said, you should not have done that. You should have objected. Because to a true Vaishnava who is a Guru, the disciples should obey him just as wives obey husband. So you should not have accepted your name being in that register and taken initiation from another person. And that person particularly is Kali. So see Kali. So he is, so now coming to the fact, he is keeping Prabhupada's disciple Srimad Bhakti Kankan Tapasya Goswami Maharaj in the position of Upacharya, and then giving name of some interested persons to take Harinam initiation, and then later majority of them next year they should take initiation from him so that he becomes the guru. See the crooked mind? And this is not one example. One example is from our village.
I don't know like how it is even like allowed. Like I know they're doing it forcefully, but then there is the all congregation devotees there. But I guess they are just so powerful that even they really. I remember. I think somebody was saying maybe last year that he's not able to find a granth because they are not letting them print. Prabhupada's Updesa Math, Shri Vinod Bani Vaibhav. So these granths are not being printed. And
yeah, Vinod Bani Vaibhav is
so
printed from Gaudiya Mission, so we don't want to list it there. But yes,
oh,
Prabhupada.
it is. Sorry, okay.
But that's okay. No, we want to be correct from information as well. Right? We are not alleging wrongly. But yes, Upadesamrita, you are absolutely right. Prabhupada's Upadesamrita, not only they are not printing, but they are saying that is a wrong book.
Oh.
Yeah, that is. Okay. Yeah, this Prabhupada's Upadesamrita is a wrong book. Therefore we will not be printing. But Prabhupada's Upadesamrita was originally composed by Srimad Bhakti Mayur Bhagavad Goswami Maharaj, Prabhupada's very dear disciple. And from there, another disciple of Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Pramod Prajatak Goswami Maharaj, he talked to his godbrother, requested and got the book to print from Sri Chaitanya Math. See, the love between godbrothers. He didn't say, no, I have composed. I have I have jurisdiction on this, or I have copyright on this. I will not give you. Just go and take this copy and sell there. No. Prabhupada, you can take and then publish from Sri Chaitanya Math. And that letter is also printed on that grantha while publishing. So Prabhupada's one disciple he composed from his direct association with Prabhupada, from Bhakti-Dabali, from Patrabali, because he is a disciple, he can say what Prabhupada instructed, right? So that is considered to be void. And that grantha was brought by Prajatak Goswami, another disciple of Prabhupada, and then that book is being called void and not being printed and will not be printed. They have said it will not be printed anymore.
This book was translated from Bengali to English?
Yeah, it has again been translated, yes. You have a copy, very nice. That was translated by some group of devotees, I really respect them. And then this book has been again translated by another disciple of Srimad Bhakti Mayur Bhagavad Goswami Maharaj, I believe. Right? They are principally against it. Why we call out the Sahajiyas, the Aparadhi Sanstha and the Kali? What is the background? Should be clearly established, and looks like you definitely get it. But many innocent people, unfortunately, do not understand this. And they all subscribe, they're thinking, oh, we are becoming Krishna conscious, or we are becoming Sakhis of Radharani, the Sakhi Veki and Sahajiyas, or we are becoming disciple of Akod Maharaj. So all same thing, but I see them in three different fronts, because Sahajiya, Sakhi Veki, they are not internal, but they are also calling themselves, many of them are calling themselves Gauriya anyway, but they are not internals. But they are saying, I'll give you Sarup. Okay, so that's one. The other one is the Aparadhi Sanstha. They keep our Guru Varga Zalekha and call them Brahma Madhya Gauriya Parampara, but they do not respect Gauriya Math, they do not respect Prabhupada and his disciples. And then that's the second one. The third one is completely inside home. They said, we are Akor Maharaj, but we are Mayapur Sri Chaitanya Math, not Sri Chaitanya Math. So in three different fronts, personally, I see that we have problem going on in the world. And we are so little. We are so little and with limited energy and very few that we are unfortunately not able to do anything.
You see, we are not able to find anybody who is offending Prabhupada. We are not able to find anybody who is going against the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Math. As wherever to whom we are meeting, I I see everywhere they are offending it, and how you can say that you are not able to find it? And this person said, "Oh, I am so fortunate that I didn't." I said, "No, you are not fortunate. This is unfortunate that you are not able to figure out that this person is an offender, not the
follower.
This follower. Yes, thank you.
So I am
Follower
fortunate. I am fortunate because I drank a glass of sherbet, and good that I did not realize it is poison. Right?
Yeah.
I drank a full glass of poison. See, I'm so fortunate. I have got good darshan that I didn't realize they have poison, so I drank it, thinking it is sherbet.